Prophetess Natasha Davis had always been the type to, keep a low profile until she was flung into notoriety by Jameliah.
From Atlanta that tried to come in between me and my husband. This woman says she's a prophetess. And she got a word from my husband. I said, no, you ain't got a word for him. You got a word for us. Natasha Davis. I got eyes on you, baby. When I see you, I promise you, I'm going to make Larry Reid again.
Now, honestly, at first glance, I felt like Jameliah was well within her rights, to address Prophetess Davis about approaching her husband privately versus them together, until I started to see the shadow side of Miss Gooden. Now, there's an old saying that says sometimes your ass can't see the forest for the trees, which means sometimes when you're in the midst of something, you cannot see calamity coming because you're like swept up in the high. You can tell by Fred's old relationship. If you've seen pictures of he and his old ex, not trying to be rude, but he appeared to be living like, a little frowsy, kind of life, cozy, frowsy, regular. And Jameliah sweeps him off his feet and makes him this kept man. And now, he's living on this high. And it is my belief that Mr. and Mrs. Gooden have lost touch with reality. Now, let me just go on record and say I think Jameliah and Fred are an aesthetically pleasing looking couple. And Jameliah in and of herself can be very entertaining at some times. But when the entertainment wears, Jameliah has a tendency to lose her damn mind.
Type of a work. God bless you. Good morning.
Who is that?
Baby, you gotta fix that blind.
Oh, that was a bird.
No, it wasn't a bird. The blind, you gotta fix the blind for me. I just noticed that it shifted like. I go over to West Virginia and I lay on my mother's grave because I said, Ma, I'm going to jail. And this time, this ain't jail, I'm going to prison. Do you know there's a difference? You just gonna have to beat this out. I carry this. I carry that. I love them. I love ammo. I like the AK-47. I do. I'm that type of chick.
Now, this is not Jameliah's first time showing that she may not be well. Jameliah has stated multiple times, oh, I went to go see my family. I was telling my uncle I'm going to go check myself into a institution, and states that on her way there now to see the uncle, before she went to lay on her mother's grave, that she heard the voice in the spirit of God, appearing to be God, telling her to jump from off some damn high place, a high bridge that she found herself at the top of. Now, the husband, Fred, appears to be so damn awestruck by the newfound fame he has being Mr. Gooden, Mr. Jameliah Gooden, that he's missing the reality of some shit that his ass might actually be in danger. And maybe, just maybe, that's what the prophetess Natasha Davis was trying to warn his blind ass of. Now, in order to give a full scope on why I view this situation the way I do, we'll have to delve into the life of Prophetess Natasha Davis a little bit. Now, before chicks like Jameliah Gooden could just prop up on social media and call themselves these prophets and pastors, Natasha Davis was in the real world laying groundwork, not to make a name for herself or become church famous, but to spread the gospel of Christ. And that's why she has been able to be sustained throughout all of this madness, even through the pandemic, because she's grounded in touch with reality, and she had no ulterior motives of fame and fortune. Like them old heads used to say, I'm not doing this for form, fashion, nor outside show. But what has been happening is with the rise of the social media world, so comes the rise of these so-called prophets. One prophet, Larry Reid, has a show, has his baby mother kicking his daughter's ass for clicks and views on a damn social media show. Hell, you couldn't even make prime time. If you're going to degrade your damn children, you should at least make it to BET Plus to do so. And side note, notice how he degrades his baby mother and the children, but not himself. Yet Jameliah Gooden's blind, delayed ass considers it a badge of honor to be on his show, to bash a woman like Natasha Davis, who was probably sending a prophecy to her husband because she's starting to notice what we all noticing, that you are losing touch with reality. Your worlds are getting crossed, and you going to be done mess around and hurt Fred ass, just like you almost messed around and hurt that last man you was with. Now, this is information that Jamila volunteered. Looking at the life and ministry of Natasha Davis, that lady didn't mean no harm. That lady can see in the spirit. And hell, quiet as it's kept, you ain't even got to be able to see in the damn spirit to see that Jamila and Fred on the damn downward spiral. Natasha Davis is a prophetess who has seen her share of ups and downs, particularly in the loss of her beautiful daughter, and she handled it with such grace and elegance. She just doesn't strike me as a woman that won't Fred tired ass. After losing her child, this woman reasons in this manner.
Day off, I just was being grateful to God that I wouldn't take nothing from my journey, no matter how long the road has been, how tough and twisted some of the turns in my life have been. These are my thoughts to encourage you not to get stuck in the process. You are not your suffering. You are not what you are sacrificing. You are not what you are going through. So don't get stuck in the process. The process is about transformation, becoming more like Christ.
The loss of a child gives you a million reasons to act the fool, especially with Jamila dragging this woman's deceased daughter into this madness. But instead of this queen participating in that dirty form of religion, she took the high road, went out and traveled, regrounded, recentered herself, something Jamila has clearly yet to master.